You got to have vision.
Let's talk about energy. Let's talk about energy. Why am I talking about energy? It's important. Like, in you maintaining your cool, maintaining your demeanor throughout the day, your vibration, starting off the day off right, taking those internal supplements, the spiritual, mental, emotional vitamins that you need to be taking every morning because the world is ready to attack you. As soon as you get up out of here, you can't start your day off getting out of bed miserable, already writing out your story about how your day gonna go. Oh man, here we go again. And you know what? Your day is going to continue to go like that if you operate in that vibration. And the world's going to be like, yeah, we ain't even got to do that much work to them. they on our team. You fighting for the enemy against yourself. You want to get up and raise your vibration as high as you can. As life happens, but there's also an agent looking in the corner. You don't see it. It's invisible. This is spiritual warfare I'm talking about. No matter where you go, no matter what you do, it can be the workplace, school, around family and friends. There's always an agent looking. Just chill in the corner, observing you, seeing where they can enter and pounce on you, right? Use you. Let them use you. You ever hear like somebody singing and, they're ministering, right? And you can tell they are. And they're like, yeah, let them use you. Let them use you. Who we talking about? In most cases, we talking about the Most High. Now, there's another entity that you can allow to use you as well. This is why you have to choose a side. You have to choose a side. And if you vibrate in a low frequency, like you operate in the spirit of bitterness, hate, you gossip a lot, you just negative energy. You know what it is. If you operate in that spirit, that's who you are. People are going to see it on you. It's like a cologne that you wear. People are going to know it when they see you coming. They go like, that person right there talk too much. That person right there always got something bad to say about somebody. Like, do you really want that to be your reputation? But anyway, if that is you, I'm talking to you, like you are allowing that lower entity, the ruler of that lower vibration, to use you. You're just sitting in the corner and you and your negative vibes, like, yeah, I could just jump up in that vessel and use them. You ever hear somebody like, let's say they lose their cool and get in a fight with somebody provoke them. This is why your vibration got to stay high, because you have to be on guard. It protects you. It's like an insurance policy throughout the day in case you get into an accident. Sometimes we don't cause the accident. Somebody else will run into you. Someone else is wrecking us. You in public minding your business and somebody just start mouthing off at you. They getting belligerent with you and you don't even know why. You have a choice to make. You have a choice whether you're going to engage in that. You're going to fight fire for fire. The best weapon that you can use is silence. Now, I ain't saying if somebody putting their hands on you not to defend yourself. Use common sense here. But if somebody's using words to attack you, they picking at you. They starting a fight. And you remember when we were kids, it was said that sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt. But when we get older, it's like we tend to forget that because that ego is developed now. And somebody say something to you, you just got to respond. You just got to do something back. This is on social media in real life. That's ego. That's a problem with you. If somebody's words can touch you, right? You have to think about what you have going for yourself in this life. Let's say you by yourself, or let's say you're married, you have a partner, you out in public and somebody's mouthing off at you. You don't even know these people, but they're the agitator. They're picking at you. They're trying to start something. If you fight fire with fire, that's what can happen. This is the negative vibration waiting to jump in and use you. The negative vibration will send in the agitator to provoke you to allow them access. People will act out and they'll respond to the agitator, fighting fire with fire. And the next thing you know, that thing starts to escalate. And now the fire is starting to rage. And then you kind of know in turn, you're like, man, I done got all up in this, man. And sometimes you might be wanting to step back, but you're already in too deep because you couldn't allow those words to just be words and walk off. See, it takes two people to battle. If you be quiet in a situation where somebody just mouthing off and you showing them that they're not phasing you, they might get mad, but they fighting with themselves. You ain't got nothing to do with that unless they put their hands on you. You got to have self-control. So you allow them to keep poking at you, and they'll trick you because there are people like that operate with that spirit. They see somebody happy and they just want to destroy it because their life is miserable. You have to think about what you have to lose. I know in most cases, you don't want anybody to disrespect your person, but you got to think about that agitator. They don't know you. They might not have nothing to lose and you have everything going for you. And even if you ain't quite there yet, you have hopes and dreams. And if you make the wrong decision, that's that enemy over there looking that you don't see, waiting to jump in you. That agitator is provoking you to get into that low vibration to where that enemy over there can use you. They just watching, waiting. And that agitator is provoking you, and now you enraged. And that enemy is like, I got me one. And jump up in your vessel, and now you're fighting the agitator. You was on your way home. You had things to do. And now you're in a fight with somebody that you probably would have never saw again. But see, that ego gets to you. And I understand. It's tough. This is spiritual warfare. But you got to be on guard all day. That's why I say if you with your person, Y'all have to have those type of discussions before you go out in public. It's like when you have a storm plan. They tell you prepare for the storm, have these essentials, right? You have an insurance policy if you speak with your person and plan things out. What'll happen if we go in public? Worst case scenario, we hope this don't happen, right? But what if we face somebody that runs up on us and they calling us out of name? How will we handle that? Because we have kids, we have a business, we have hopes and dreams. That agitator probably don't have nothing. And that enemy just waiting to take everything from you that you've been working for. So when you allow your pride and ego, you see, you don't see it until it's too late. Now you done harmed this person and they probably deserved it. Or you done harmed them. And now you're probably going to jail, or worse, you can hurt somebody to the point to where you could end somebody's life. Or it could be the opposite. Yours could end. And what good are you to people at that point? If you either gone or you behind bar, either way you're gone. So what good are you to yourself or your people? A moment of anger. That energy jumped into you. And once it's all over, that energy done jumped out of you. They didn't use you now. And now it's back in the corner. And it's almost like you can hear an evil laugh. I'm like, I just used you. And yeah, I ain't got to deal with it. You got to deal with the consequences. But that's why it's important. You have to vibrate high. So when you're vibrating high, you can see an attack better. You can see an attack before it comes. But if you are in a low vibration, that enemy is, come on, they put me in, coach. You're the coach. You have control. That enemy like, put me in, coach. And they're going to run that play on you using the agitator, and your life is ruined. It's that serious. Spiritual warfare is real. How do I know this? I've been dealing with, this year's probably been the greatest challenge for me in the spiritual warfare game. And I'm here to tell you, and I'm here for it. This is what we're here to do. When you vibrate high and you operate with a spirit of love, peace, and happiness, the enemy will attack you. It's like what they say. You're not going to mess with the people that's already on the team. Like they got sergeants in the low vibrational realm that are comfortable there, and they want to pull you there. They got generals down there. Some of them people you know. Some of them people you grew up with. Some of them family and friends. People you went to school with, whatever. They down there and they see you doing your thing. And the enemy could use anybody. Like I say, they vibrating low. They might not know what got into them. They didn't committed that act in that negative vibration, and then that spirit that jumped out of them. And now they're like, I don't know what got into me. You allowed it. Think about it. You allowed it because you vibrated low enough for them to be able to get to you. See, you got to vibrate high, so high to where that enemy can't even, you out of sight, you out of reach. They can't fool with you, and they see it on you, and they keep it moving. Or if they try to attack you, let me tell you, there's a protection that comes with operating in that high vibration, that spirit of love, peace, and happiness. You know, you genuinely love and care for everybody, not just yourself, but even the agitator. You'll stop that agitator and be like, how you doing today? Do you need anything? What's bothering you? And you might be able to defuse that bomb. You might be able to defuse the bomb just by being polite and kind. That person's hurt. And that enemy over there using the agitator too, and they don't even know it. They're just so used to it. The agitator's been operating, life has been beating the agitator up so they can be used. Like I say, there's people that low vibration, and hopefully we can try to pull some of those people up out of there, get them to raise it up, right? Because the time is something that we feel like we got a hold of and feel like we understand. The world made up its measurement of time. We don't understand time. And a lot of us take it for granted. So it's kind of like if you need to make amends with anybody, do it for you. Make sure you graduate. You know what they say? This work that you're doing here, this spiritual warfare, what side are you on? Are you on the side of good or on your side of evil? Because that's really what it is. If you're in the middle, that's a dangerous place to be. You're better off just picking your side. If you're going to be there, stand in it. Stand in it. Let people know who you are. That way I can stay far away from you. The most dangerous person is the one that's in that middle that's disguised. They like a snake who's ready to strike you. They'll strike you. That's the most dangerous person. You really want to stay away from them. That's why they say it's best to know your enemies. Like, I know my enemy. I know that person showed me who they are, so I know where to keep them. But it's the ones that's there in that gray area that haven't made a decision what team they playing for. Hey, you got to watch them. And make sure you ain't one of them people. But you got to watch a person like that hasn't made up their mind what team they playing for. They play defense. Man, that's a disruptive energy to be in. Like I say, you'll be more calm when you make your decision, no matter what that might be. It's up to you. It's free will. You do what you want to do. But let me tell you, you operate from that spirit of love. I was saying how there's a protection that comes with that. When that enemy comes at you, you react in a spirit, in an energy that's not combative. You smother the fire instead of putting lighter fluid on it. It's kind of like you see on the West Coast where they have forest fires, white wildfires. It's just a cigarette that started, just a spark, and that's all it needs. And then it just starts going off. And you'll see they'll start telling people you have to evacuate this area. And see, that agitator is the fire, and you can either help or you can hurt it. Sometimes you are in an area with people. Sometimes you might be in an atmosphere where you're encountering people. You might be at work, school, church, wherever you might be. Yeah, you could be there too. And there's agitators in there as well. Let me tell you, that would disturb your spirit. Your spirit, listen. Be quiet and listen. Your spirit will tell you what's right or wrong. You will be able to identify your people versus the people that are here to harm you. But let me tell you, that wildfire is starting to spread. And if you don't leave that environment that you're in, which is that energy, if you don't leave, they told you to evacuate. You got the warning signs. But if you don't evacuate, the emergency people will tell you, hey, leave your home, take whatever you need, you can take, and leave. If you stay there trying to fight fire with somebody, you're going to get caught up in that wildfire. If you make the smart choice and walk away from an agitator, that's that fire, and they just wreaking havoc wherever they go. You see that fire spreading, like, I got to get up out of here. This is why sometimes you have to walk away from people, walk away from situations, and it's to save yourself. It's to save yourself. That's important. And sometimes you don't want to let go of certain people or situations, but you have to, because you notice when you left, and you can watch the news and they're showing you the devastation that's going on in that area, and you're seeing what would have happened if you had stayed. You go back to survey the area, your home where you was in the midst of all that chaos, it's decimated. It's done. It's done. But you still alive. You still good. Your vibration high. That entity, that spirit, that agitator was here to take out everything. And that's exactly what's happening in this world. That's why you got to pick a side. They put stuff on TV. Clever. The enemy is very clever. They put it in sports. They want to disrupt your mood. They want you mad. They want you upset. They want you at odds with people. And what does this do? It keeps you in a low vibration, so that the enemy can use you. You might think you're on the side of good, but the enemy winning because it causes division. If you have a difference of opinion with somebody, that shouldn't mean that I hate you. This should give you a chance to show them the way. And no, you don't force your stuff on nobody, but don't compromise what you have. Don't compromise your energy and where you stand just to appease somebody else. Stand strong in your power. And if they want to join in, then cool, but you might just have to leave them behind. And that's what it is. The world wants to alter your energy to where the enemy can use you. And like I say, some people are being used and they don't even understand that they're being used. They don't see it. All they see is the other side they up against. And that's a cycle. It's been that way. It's been that way forever. When are you going to realize what's happening? Spiritual warfare. You think spiritual warfare is going to come at you in a way to where it looks aggressive? It looks sinister? No. The enemy comes at you looking like something beautiful, something that tastes good, something that smells good, something that entertains you, something that keeps your attention. That's how the enemy attacks you. Most things that are good for you hurt. The truth. You go to the doctor and you've been wounded. The doctor got to put pressure on that wound. That hurts. But it's to help you. It's to help you recover. Take anything else from what I just said. Most of what's good for you, there's some hurt that comes along with that. The things that are pleasurable, the things that are easy, you have to examine it. That's where the enemy is attacking you. And it might not be an immediate result, but it's time released. Over time, that enemy has you. It's luring you in. Very clever, very smart. It could be your favorite food. And deep down, you shouldn't be having that food. Like you eating something, you don't even know the ingredients. You don't even know the ingredients. I mean, you go to somebody's house, they bake the cake, like this cake is amazing, right? But you never know. And it don't mean that the person that baked the cake intentionally put something in there to harm you, but everybody's different. There might be an ingredient in there that just don't sit well with your system. It don't belong in your system. Everybody else is fine, but with you, that's how you have to know the terms and conditions of everything you get yourself into. Terms and conditions. Know what you're signing up for. Know what you subscribe to. Know what you're following. And ask yourself, is it in vibrational alignment with you and where you see yourself going in the life you want to live? Where is it? If you're in the middle, like I say, that's dangerous. Make your choice. Make your choice. Choose your side. While time permits. This has been an intellectual thought with Mysterydoe. I got nothing but love for you. Until next time. Later.
You got to have vision.